The lesson.
Oh, yeah.
Do you remember Justice versus Thesauurus at Scribble Jam?
Yeah, man. I think that's how I ended up finding fucking... I think that's how I started getting on YouTube, because I was watching the Battles for Supremacy. We ordered the DVDs from Rough Cut Records. That was our one shop. We only had one hip-hop shop. We had no JB Hi-Fi. Sanity was there, but, they weren't doing anything underground in any way, So we had one shop, Rough Cut Records, that we'd order our DVDs from, and it'd take 2 weeks to get in. And we had a few copies of Battles for Supremacy that did the rounds, and we were all watching Justice and Anecdote and Trials, and who else was it? Chase was in that, and all the New Zealand guys as well. And then, I remember catching up with a mate, and I went round to his house, and he's going, "Oh, Justice did this, battle and Scribble Jam," because we heard about Awkward's coming over and the winner of Battles for Supremacy going over there. And that's still, I reckon, one of the best freestyle battles that has ever happened. Like, Thesauurus has always been, and it wasn't Thesaurus' best day either. Like, if you watch the Fresh Coast documentary, and it's got a lot of footage of Thesaurus and his like golden years sitting, just freestyling against randoms in clubs in California, and some of the moments in that footage is unbelievable. Yeah. I think Justice actually caught him off guard quite a lot, because, from my understanding, there was this guy called Phillip Drummon, who was he was a producer from California. I think he's from the Bay Area. But originally, he was the guy that used to go along to all the freestyle battles in California, where Thesaurus and Ilmac and that generation of, really good freestylers came out. He was the one guy that was going along and filming them. And so the only reason that there is footage of anything pre-Scribble Jam with those guys is because of this one dude. And back in the day, he used to be, I think it would have been like even fucking Yahoo chat hip-hop groups or something like that. And Justice came across him there and bought some footage off him. And so in 2001, I think it was, Justice got a heap of footage of Thesaurus and all these guys in America freestyling in clubs. And he got a good chance to study it, for a couple of years. And then he kind of entered into the battle scene and then made his way up to America. So at that point, Justice was well aware of what he was aiming for, where these guys weren't sure what they were about to get hit with. And Justice went full prepped, ready for war. Like, that guy's got skills on top of that. I know he was 8 Miling that shit like nothing else, Mum Spaghetti, just getting ready to take over the world. And he did. Like, he put Australia on the map with that one day. He's the only person to beat Iron Solomon and Thesaurus in one day, ever. And at the time, they were like the two biggest, I suppose, like white freestylers in America. Solomon was always kind of in the early smack days before it turned into URL and that side of the scene. But, for white kids in Australia that weren't watching our URL, everyone was watching Jump Off, Thesaurus versus Iron Solomon, like those early days.
Yeah, shout outs to Justice, man.
Oh, man, he's done well. I wish he did come back and do one more battle, though. Like, that 2-on-2 with 60 was killer.
Make it happen, man.
Oh, I tried. I tried to get Justice versus Disaster to happen at the event where I battled No Can Do, and his just heart's not in it. And as I said earlier, like, I can understand that completely. When I was a bit younger and I cared more about that, and I suppose I was a bit more, I don't know, maybe immature, and I thought that was the, battles were the end all of everything. And now I'm like, oh yeah, I can understand why all those guys went, nah, I'm just going to leave it there, you know what I mean?
The lesson.
Oh, yeah.